can see the temporal region. So how do you locate, what is the location of the temporal region? It is situated on either side of the skull, which is present above and in front of the auricle. Or can you see the external acoustic meatus over here? Just above and in front of this one. On either side of the head or either side of the skull, we have the temporal region. Now, it has got a certain boundary. You can see above, we have, can you see the two line above here in this part? This is the superior temporal line and this one is the inferior temporal line. Now, this is the temporal region which will be demarcated superiorly by superior temporal line. Now, can you see the in front one? Anteriorly, can you see this bone? This is the zygomatic bone, and this is the process which is facing towards the frontal bone. So, this is known as the frontal process of the zygomatic bone. Now, next, this will form the anterior boundary. Now, next one is the below. So, below it is open. This infratemporal fossa will communicate with the, this is the temporal fossa will communicate with the infratemporal fossa through a gap present between the zygomatic arch and the side of the skull. So, this thing, I've already told you this one in a practical class also. So, you just have to recall all those patterns. The next one is the floor. The floor of the temporal fossa is formed by the four different bone: the squamous part of the frontal bone, the squamous part of the parietal bone, squamous part of the temporal bone, and next one, can you see the small part over here? This one is the part of the greater wing of the sphenoid. So all those four bone will form the floor of the temporal fossa. Now, what is the content of the temporal region? Now, we just have the single muscle, and that muscle is known as the temporalis muscle. Now, you can see the temporalis muscle, and in below diagram, you can see the fascia, which is covering the temporalis muscle. Now, beneath that one, you can see the artery and the nerve. This artery are known as the deep temporal nerve and vessels. And next one, just behind the TMJ, temporomandibular joint, and in front of the external acoustic meatus, you can see one artery. This is known as the superficial temporal artery. And along with that one, we have the auriculotemporal nerve. And this auriculotemporal nerve is the branch of the mandibular nerve. Now, these all are the content of the temporal fossa or the temporal region. Now we'll move on to the infratemporal region, and we have already learned the boundary of the infratemporal region. The location is the infratemporal region is present below the skull, just below the temporal fossa, in between the ramus of the mandible and the pharynx. So we have this space over here that is known as the infratemporal fossa or the region. Now, what are the boundary? Anteriorly, can you see? Anteriorly, we have the posterior surface of the body of the maxilla. Behind, we have the styloid process and the structure attached to the styloid process. Next one is medially. Medially, we have the lateral pterygoid plate. You can see the small plate over here, the lateral pterygoid plate. Laterally, the ramus of the mandible. Now, above, it will communicate with the temporal fossa through a gap present between the zygomatic arch and the sides of the skull. And next one is below. Below, it will open. It is open. It will continue with the space present around the pharynx and the esophagus. So this one is also a kind of revision for you because I've already told all those things in the bone class in normal lateralis. So this is the infratemporal region. Now, talking about the communication. So this is the infratemporal region over here. And above मैले भने है, so above boundary is formed by the under surface or the inferior surface of the greater wing of the sphenoid. So you can see the yellow color over here, the bone. This is the greater wing of the sphenoid. The lower part or the under surface of the greater wing will form the roof of the infratemporal region. Now the communication in front over here, this will communicate with the orbit through the inferior orbital fissure. Now medially, you can see over here, I'll show you this one. Okay, now this one anteriorly, it will communicate with the orbit through the inferior orbital fissure. Medially, it will communicate with the pterygopalatine fossa through pterygomaxillary fissure. This one is the medial communication. Now above, we can see over here, above and laterally, this will communicate with the temporal fossa, and above and medially, this will communicate with the medial cranial fossa through the foramen ovale and foramen spinosum. So through that part, it will communicate with the middle cranial fossa. You can see over here also the foramen ovale and the foramen spinosum, the small one. These are the communication. Now the infratemporal region, it consists mainly the muscle of the mastication. So all the muscle, most of the muscle of the mastication, lateral pterygoid muscle, middle pterygoid muscle, lower part of the temporalis, those are the content of the infratemporal region. But when you have to talk about the masseter is present outside the ramus of the mandible and the outer surface of the ramus of the mandible. So this masseter is not the content of the infratemporal region because the infratemporal region collateral boundary is formed by the ramus of mandible. Now talking about the nerve we have the mandibular nerve, chora tympani, otic ganglia, and vessels, maxillary artery, pterygoid venous plexus. Now the muscles of mastication. So what you have to know over here is you have to know the origin, insertion, nerve supply, action of muscle of mastication. We mainly have got the four one: masseter, temporalis, medial pterygoid, lateral pterygoid. Now first we will move to the masseter. Now you can see the two different origin over here. One is the origin of the superficial part and origin of the deep part. Now the superficial part, this part will arise from the lower border of the zygomatic arch anterior to third. Anterior to third of the lower part of the zygomatic arch. Now talking about the deep one will also arise from the zygomatic arch but from the posterior one third. So when you have to combine these two, you can say it will arise from the lower border and the deep surface of zygomatic arch. That is the common origin of the masseter, both the deep and the superficial. The next one is the insertion. This will get inserted in the outer surface of the ramus of the mandible. Now you can see over here, this is the origin, this is the insertion. Now next is the nerve supply. Nerve supply is by the masseteric nerve. You just recall the branches of the trigeminal nerve, the branches of the mandibular nerve. Masseteric nerve भनेको anterior division of the mandibular nerve बाट आउँछ. तिमीले cranial nerve, when I was teaching you the cranial nerve, at that time also I have told you the masseteric nerve will arise from the anterior division of the mandibular nerve. Now next is the axon. Now see, this is the origin. This one is the insertions. Now when the muscle will act from insertion to the origin like this, then what will happen to the temporomandibular joint, or what will happen to the mandible? Mandible ma ke huncha? What will be the axon? This is the origin. This one is the insertion. Insertion बाट origin मा pull गरेर त के हुन्छ axon? Axon of a masseter on mandible. Mandible को movement थाहा छ नि हैन? Elevation means closing of mouth, deprecation means opening of the mouth, protraction, retraction, side to side movement. यसले के गर्छ त masseterले? Hello? Hello? तपाईहरु सुन्नु भएको छैन मैले भनेको? Hello? Hello? Deepika?
हजुर म्याम
तपाईहरु सुनिराख्नु भएको छ कि सुनिराख्नु भएको छैन? मलाई खै त कसैले रेस्पोन्स गर्नुहुन्न त?
म्याम मेरो यहाँ नेट नै उ भयो म भर्खर जोइन भयो फेरि थाहा नै भएन मलाई
ए ओके ओके
सुनिरहेछ
अनि सुन्न तपाईहरुकोमा बीटीएस स्टुडेन्ट हुनुहुन्छ कि हुनुहुन्न फर्स्ट इयर? एकचोटि चेक गरेर भन्नु त मलाई बीटीएस फर्स्ट इयरको
Yes, ma'am, we are also present.
97 जना हुनुहुन्छ है 150 हुनुपर्ने ओके ओके ल भयो तपाईहरु त आन्सर भन्नेवाला हुनुहुन्न हैन म भनिदिन्छु पर है so this one so over here we have the origin this one is the insertion so when the action will occur from insertion to the origin now what will happen to the mandible will it will elevation of the mandible means closing of the mouth one action next one is see the direction of the fiber of the muscle so you can see over here you already saw you already pasadi saw so when this will act what will happen to the mandible will protrude there will be the protrusion of the mandible so the protrusion of the mandible elevation of the mandible is the action of masseter muscle now next is the temporalis now see the temporalis it will arise from the temporal fossa below the inferior temporal line मैले अघि भनेको थिएँ नि one we have the superior we have the inferior temporal line below the inferior temporal line from here temporal fossa the temporalis muscle will arise next one is it will also arise from the temporal fascia now what is the insertion you can see the insertion over here it is going and attaching or inserted in the anterior and the middle surface of the coronoid process of the mandible now you just see the direction of the fiber of this muscle the origin is just behind the insertion is slightly anteriorly हैन यसको कम्पेरेटिभली गर्दाखेरि origin अलिकति पछाडी छ insertion अगाडि छ now what will happen to the mandible insertion to origin when the action will occur from insertion to origin what will happen to the mandible elevation हुन्छ कि depression हुन्छ hello
elevation
okay and that will cause the elevation because it is pulling the coronoid process upward but you see it is causing the closing of the mouth now it will cause the retraction or the protraction of the mandible retraction हुन्छ कि protraction हुन्छ see the direction of the fiber mandible लाई अगाडि ल्याउँछ कि mandible लाई पछाडि लान्छ भन्नु त कतातिर पुल गर्छ यसले
अगाडितिर
no अगाडितिर हुँदैन now that's why I'm saying see the insertion this is the insertion this one is the origin now this fiber the posterior fiber of the temporalis muscle this is the fiber now when this muscle will get contact this is pulling the mandible behind it's a act हुँदाखेरि it will pull the mandible behind that is known as the retraction of the mandible because the origin is present posteriorly insertion is present anteriorly now when the action will occur from insertion to origin this is going to pull the mandible behind so this is there will be the retraction of mandible nerve supply is by the deep temporal nerve now next one is the temporal fascia now the temporalis muscle is covered by one fascia which is known as the temporal fascia this is the strong thick sheath which will cover this muscle and this will arise from the supratemporal line now one thing you have to remember the temporal fascia is arising from the supratemporal line and the temporalis muscle is originated from inferior temporal line now next is so this temporal fascia is single superiorly but when it comes downward then in a lower part it will get split and finally attached to the outer and inner lip of upper margin of the zygomatic arch so this is the temporal fascia now next muscle of mastication is the medial pterygoid muscle now you can see over here this is the origin and this is the insertion now you can see it has got the two head one is the superficial head next one is the deep head now the superficial head will arise from one tuberosity which is present in the maxilla so it will arise from the tuberosity of maxilla so from here now next is what will be deep origin origin of the deep head कहाँबाट arise हुन्छ हेर त which plate is this one this is
lateral pterygoid
pterygoid plate now which surface is this one this is the medial or the lateral one जहाँबाट muscle arise गर्छ
medial surface
now this will arise from the medial surface of lateral pterygoid plate now I'll tell you another thing over here also now see the lateral pterygoid plate has two surfaces one is known as the lateral surface next one is known as the medial surface now from the lateral surface lateral pterygoid muscle will arise from the medial surface medial pterygoid muscle will arise this thing you have to be clear you have to. Now, next one is the insertion now the insertion is It is inserted somewhere over here. It is inserted in the medial surface of the ramus and the angle of mandible. A medial surface of the ramus and the angle of mandible below and behind the mandibular foramen. So you can see over here, this is the mandibular foramen. Just behind that one, this is space. Over here, we have the insertion of medial pterygoid muscle. Now the nerve supply it is supplied by knob to middle pterygoid. Now just recall the branches of the mandible nerve. The mandible nerve has the trunk which will further divide into anterior division and the posterior division. And last time I have already told you there are two nerves which will arise from the main trunk of mandibular nerve. One is the nervus spinosus. Next one is the knob to middle pterygoid. This knob to middle pterygoid will supply the middle pterygoid muscle tensor veli palatini, tensor tympani. यो कुरा याद good. Tensor veli palatini, tensor tympani, and middle pterygoid. All this muscle will be supplied by the knob to middle pterygoid muscle. Sorry, knob to middle pterygoid. Now see, we have the origin anteriorly and the insertion is present posteriorly. Now, when the action will occur from insertion to origin like this, then this will close the mouth. This will elevate the mandible. One. Now, what will be the? It will cause the retraction or the protraction of the mandible. के हुन्छ यसमा भन त? Fiber it will cause the retraction or the protraction. के गराउँछ होला? Origin is present anteriorly, insertion is present posteriorly. Now, when the action will occur from insertion to origin, यसरी pull गर्नु पर्यो. यसरी pull गर्दा the mandible will move anteriorly or posteriorly?
posterior.
Posteriorly कसरी हुन्छ? Posteriorly हुनको लागि त यहाँ यता origin हुनु पर्यो, यता insertion हुनु पर्यो. भनेपछि insertionबाट origin यसरी pull गर्यो भने पो यो पछाडि जान्छ त. यहाँ त के छ? Origin is present anteriorly, insertion is present posteriorly. Now, when action will occur like this, यसरी तान्ने भयो नि त अब muscle. यसरी आउँदाखेरि the mandible will move anteriorly. That is known as the protraction of mandible. Now, next one is the lateral pterygoid muscle. Now, this lateral pterygoid muscle also has the two head. This is the upper head and this one is the lower head. Now, the upper head कहाँबाट आएको छ? The upper head will arise from the under surface of greater wing of sphenoid or infratemporal surface of greater wing of sphenoid. Now, next one is the lower head. The lower head will arise from the lateral surface of lateral pterygoid plate. Now, insertion, see the insertion? This is inserted in the depression present in the neck of the mandible. So, in the neck of the mandible, you have the certain depression. This is known as the fovea. 11, the fovea. You याद कर रहे. So, this is known as a pterygoid fovea. So, in the pterygoid fovea, it will get inserted. Next one, it will also get inserted in the capsule of TMZ. A capsule मा पनि inserted हुन्छ. Now, next is, so what is the action? So, you can see this is the origin, this is the insertion. Now, when the muscle will, when this will pull the mandible like this one, then what will be the action? It will cause protraction or the retraction. Mandible अगाडि ल्याउँछ कि पछाडि? यसरी pull गर्नु पर्यो. के हुन्छ अब mandible मा? Hello? See, this one is the origin, this one is the insertion. Our insertion but origin, the fiber, it will come like this. But see what will happen to the mandible? The mandible will, this mandible will come anteriorly or it will move posteriorly. तपाईँले बुझिराख्नु भएको छैन हो यो? Hello?
एकपटक origin insertion repeat गर्नु.
Origin the clear छ नि हेर्नु न. This one is the upper head, this one is the lower head. Upper head will arise from the inferior or the infratemporal surface of greater wing of sphenoid. The next one is, this is the lower head. The lower head will arise from the lateral surface of lateral pterygoid plate. Now, can you see the middle pterygoid plate with deep head? The deep head of the middle pterygoid plate will, middle pterygoid muscle will arise from the medial surface of lateral pterygoid plate. Your middle surface part also, your lateral surface part also. Now see the insertion. It is inserted in the pterygoid fovea and also in the capsule of the TMC. Origin ऐसा, insertion ऐसा, insertion बाट origin में यसरी pull गर्नु पर्यो. यसरी. भनेपछि when you pull this one like this, the mandible will move anteriorly or posteriorly. There will be the protraction or the retraction. त्यही सोधेको मात्रै हो मैले.
Protraction.
Protraction means, right? This will cause protraction. It will cause closing of the mouth or opening of mouth. Fiber head, the canid got attached also. It is attached to the neck of the mandible. Now, when the neck of the mandible is pulled, mandible ko neck the capsule pull गर्दाखेरि the head will come anteriorly. It will cause the opening of the mouth. This is only the muscle which will cause the opening of the mouth or the depression of mandible. Elevation or then depression because it is pulling the neck of the mandible anteriorly. Our neck of mandible anteriorly pull गर्दाखेरि body तल जाने भयो. बुझ्यो यो? Is it clear this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now next, just compare the action of the lateral pterygoid muscle with the middle pterygoid muscle with action method. Origin, insertion. Now when the muscle will act like this, it will cause the elevation of the mandibles because see the direction of the fiber and see the origin and the insertion. Yani origin some middle pterygoid ko, insertion somewhere over here. So this is going to pull the mandible superiorly and anteriorly. The nerve supply is from the anterior division of the mandibular nerve. We have the pterygoid nerve, right? Lateral pterygoid nerve. All the action of the muscle of mastication. So the mandible, there are the action which will occur in the mandible is elevation, depression, retraction, protraction, and the side-to-side movement. Now, among four muscle, which will cause the depression of the muscle, depression of the mandible? Which muscle will cause the depression of mandible?
Lateral pterygoid.
Lateral pterygoid muscle. So elevation, you have to put all those three: temporalis, middle pterygoid, and masseter. Depression, only the lateral pterygoid. Now next, see the protraction. Protraction, the protraction is caused by the lateral pterygoid muscle, middle pterygoid muscle, and also by the masseter also. But the retraction is mainly caused by the temporalis muscle because the temporalis muscle is present slightly posteriorly and it has the insertion anteriorly. So this is going to pull the mandible posteriorly, that is known as retraction. And side-to-side movement is the combined action of all those muscles. The lateral and the middle pterygoid muscle of either side will act at the same time and they are going to produce a side-to-side movement. This is all about action on the TMJ, temporomandibular joint. So this one is the kind of reason for you. This is all nerve supply action. Now next one is the mandibular nerve. Now this one is also a revision for you because I've already taught you the mandibular nerve in the cranial nerve also. Cranial nerve, when I was teaching the trigeminal nerve, at that time also I have already taught you about the mandibular nerve. So this is the same one. The mandibular nerve is the mixed nerve because it has the sensory part, it has the motor part, and this mandibular nerve is the largest nerve of the trigeminal nerve or largest branch of the trigeminal nerve. Now over here we have the sensory root. मैले यो ड्रइङ पनि गरिदिएको थिएँ है तपाईहरुलाई त्यतिखेर. Sensory root and motor root, they will pass out, they will come out from the cranium through the foramen ovale. Then immediately below the foramen, both the root will unite and form the trunk, and they will get divided into the anterior division and the posterior division. Now next one is यो ड्रइङ गरिदिनु पर्छ. मैले तपाईहरु पहिला पनि गरिदिसकेको छु यो. हेलो
पर्दैन म्याम.
तपाई एफबीडीएस को फर्स्ट इयर को स्टुडेन्ट नै हुनुहुन्छ है? हेलो
Yes, ma'am.
एकचोटि ल म गरिदिन्छु ल यो किनभने BDS को फर्स्ट इयरको स्टुडेन्ट पनि हुनुहुन्छ same thing हो है यो so we have the two root. One is the sensory root and one is the motor root. So the both will unite and form the trunk of the mandibular nerve. Oh, and this trunk of the mandibular nerve, this one will emerge out, or when it emerges out from the foramen ovale, then they will get unite and form the trunk. Then this trunk is again divided into the anterior division, and suppose this one is the posterior division. Okay. This one is the posterior division, and this one is the anterior one. Okay. Now we have the certain branches. We have the certain branches which will arise from the trunk. So from the trunk we have the nervous spinosals which will pass through the foramen spinosum and it will enter into the middle cranial fossa which will supply the durameter or meninges of that area. Right? That is known as the nervous spinosum. Now another nerve which will directly arise from the trunk, that is known as the nerve to middle pterygoid. This nerve will supply the middle pterygoid muscle, tensor veli palatini, tensor tympani. Now next is we have the anterior division, we have the posterior division. Now most of the fiber or most of the branches that will arise from the anterior division are the motor branches. So we have the temporal, deep temporal nerve. This one is the deep temporal nerve which will supply the temporalis muscle. Now next one is a masseteric nerve. This is the masseteric nerve. This one. Now next one is nerve to lateral pterygoid. Suppose this one is the nerve to lateral pterygoid. Now these three are the motor branches because this will supply the muscle of mastication. Oh, there is corresponding muscles. Now another nerve is there. This one is known as the buccal nerve. The buccal nerve is the sensory one. So we have the 5 branches. So this is the buccal one. You बुझ्यो अब? Oh, buccal nerve, nerve to lateral pterygoid, nerve to masseter, masseteric nerve, and the deep temporal nerve. These are the anterior division of the mandibular nerve. Now next one is from the posterior division, one nerve will pass behind the external acoustic meatus over here like this one. This is known as the auriculotemporal nerve. Okay. This one is known as auriculotemporal nerve. This is now next one is we have the lingual nerve. This is the lingual nerve, and next one is we have the infraalveolar nerve. This one is the infraalveolar nerve. Right? Now from the infraalveolar nerve, one branches will arise. This is known as nerve to mylohyoid. Now, mainly from the posterior division, we have the auriculotemporal nerve, lingual nerve, and infraalveolar nerve. When this infraalveolar nerve will pass through the mandibular foramen but passing. So before it passes through the mandibular foramen, it will give rise to one branch. This is known as the mylohyoid nerve or nerve to mylohyoid. Now nerve to mylohyoid will supply anterior iliac digastric muscle and the mylohyoid muscle. And this is the infraalveolar nerve, which will final branches that will come from the infraalveolar nerve. The last terminal branches is the mental one. Okay? Mental branches. So this is all about the mandibular nerve. बुझ्यो अब यो? Is it clear this one? यो बुझ्यो? हेलो? तपाईहरु त खै केही भन्नुहुन्न त अनि मलाई कसरी थाहा हुन्छ तपाईले बुझ्नुभएछ कि बुझ्नुभएको छैन भनेर? So the masseteric, so from the anterior division, you can see this one is the deep temporal nerve, this one is the nerve to lateral pterygoid, nerve to masseter, and this one is the buccal nerve. Now, out of all those branches which will arise from the anterior division, the buccal nerve is a sensory one. Our buccal nerve will kill a supply गर्छ. This will supply the skin and the mucous membrane of the cheek area. Right? That means it will not supply the muscle. It will supply the. It will just give the sensory, or it will carry the general sensation. The next one is from the posterior division. We have the auriculotemporal nerve, then lingual nerve, then the next one is we have the infraalveolar nerve. Now the auriculotemporal nerve will pass behind the TMJ, and this will supply the skin of the auricle, lateral acoustic meatus, and the tympanic membrane. Now this is the lingual nerve. The lingual nerve, you have already learned about the sensation of the tongue, not carrying the sensation from the tongue. So this will carry the general sensation from the anterior two-third of the tongue. Next one is this one. So okay, so this one is the lingual nerve and the location of the lingual nerve. The lingual nerve is related to the mandible, just behind the third molar teeth. So what you have to do while extracting the third molar teeth, the care must be taken not to damage the lingual nerve because it is just inferior to the third molar teeth. Now, whenever we have the cancer of the tongue, then the refer pain, we have the refer pain in the ear region and the temporal region. That is mainly through the auriculotemporal nerve. So this one is the same thing. This is the posterior division, branches arising from the posterior division of the mandibular nerve. You can see auriculotemporal nerve, lingual nerve, and this one is the infraalveolar nerve. And just over here, before it enter into the mandibular foramen, it give rise to one nerve that is known as nerve to mylohyoid. Now, if you trace the infraalveolar nerve, you can trace this one. It will finally emerge from the mental foramen as the mental nerve. Now, the infraalveolar nerve. Now, this is the same thing. Infraalveolar nerve. Now, the clinical anatomy, the motor part of the mandibular nerve is tested by cleansing the teeth. Now, next is feeling the contracted masseter and the temporalis. So you can easily feel the contracted part of the masseter and the temporalis. Now, the action of the pterygoid muscle is tested by side-to-side movement because the side-to-side movement of chin is mainly done by the middle pterygoid muscle of one side and the lateral pterygoid muscle of the another side. So when both the different muscle, both lateral and the middle pterygoid muscle of both side or right and the left side will act at the same time, then it will cause side-to-side movement. So I've already told you about the mandibular neuralgia also. This is the radiating pain which will occur along the distribution of the mandibular nerve. Okay. So the protrusion of the mandible is done by lateral pterygoid muscle, temporalis muscle, masseter, and the digastric. Temporalis like also. टेम्पोरालिसले प्रोट्र्याक्सन गर्छ कि रिट्र्याक्सन गर्छ
रिट्र्याक्सन गर्छ
म्यासेटर पनि हेर म्यासेटरको पनि ओरिजिन ओके सो म्यासेटरले पनि मोस्ट अफ द फाइबर है मोस्ट अफ द फाइबर अफ द म्यासेटर इट इज अल्सो कजेस हेलो किनभने ओरिजिन जाइगोमेटिक आर्चमा छ इन्सर्सन ramus of the mandible को आउटर सर्फेस अफ द ramus of the mandible मा छ भनेपछि इन्सर्सनबाट ओरिजिनमा पुल गर्दाखेरि the masseter will also cause most of the fiber of the masseter will also cause the retraction. So only the answer is lateral pterygoid. Digastric त हुनु नै भएन. अब retraction of the mandible is mainly predominant muscle. This is the predominant muscle. I'm just talking about the predominant muscle which is responsible for the retraction of mandible. Which one is the answer?
Temporalis.
Temporalis, good. Now, inability to protrude the mandible indicate the dysfunction of which muscle? Protrusion ma main muscle kuno? Lateral pterygoid. So this is the answer, lateral pterygoid. Otic ganglia, I think I'll be able to finish the otic ganglia also. So the otic ganglia, so this is one of the another content of the infratemporal fossa. Now this one is, you can see over here, this one is a small ganglia over here. This is a small oval parasympathetic ganglia which is present in the infratemporal region immediately below the foramen oval and on a medial side of the trunk of the mandible. A trunk of mandible ko medially present also, because whatever we are seeing over here, this one is the right side. So you can also see the gland, right side. So this one is present medial to the trunk of mandible. Now, you have to be clear with this otic ganglia because the otic ganglia has got the topographical connection with the mandibular nerve, but it has the functional connection with the glossopharyngeal nerve. That means topographical connection, direct connection mandibular nerve ko cha, tara functionally it is control, or the functionally the otic ganglia is under the control of the glossopharyngeal nerve. So how this is, I'll tell you later on. Now it has got the connection. It has got the parasympathetic root, sympathetic root, motor root. Now see the parasympathetic root. Now I'll show you this one. So this one. This is the otic ganglia. This one is the parasympathetic root. Can you see the parasympathetic root? And this one, this one the parasympathetic motor दिखाएछ. Okay. So any rate no है. यसमा फेरि connection is fine यसमा. Okay, so this one is the otic ganglia, this one is the parasympathetic root, and another root will be over here, eh? As supracervical ganglia बाट otic ganglia मा यानी root देखाएको छैन, that is the sympathetic root, eh? मा भन्दा पनि parasympathetic root. यसमा हेर्नु है. So can you see this one? This one is the parasympathetic root, and now same over here we are also has got the sympathetic root. It's a diagram sympathetic root. Now next one is the motor root. Motor root is from the knob to middle pterygoid muscles, right? Knob to middle pterygoid. Now I'll now see the parasympathetic. Our parasympathetic supply to the parotid gland. So what the otic ganglia will do? The otic ganglia will the otic ganglia is mainly controlling, or it is mainly the secretomotor. It will provide the secretomotor fiber to the parotid gland. So this secretomotor fiber to the parotid gland arises from the otic ganglia. You can see over here this otic ganglia goes parasympathetic outflow to the parotid gland. Parasympathetic outflow. So we have the preganglionic fiber. This one is the preganglionic fiber up to the otic ganglia. Now before that otic ganglia, this one is the postganglionic parasympathetic fiber. Now see, I'll just list out those points for the parasympathetic outflow or the parasympathetic secretomotor flow to the parotid gland. Now first, the parasympathetic root is the inferior salivary nucleus. This inferior salivary nucleus is present in the medulla oblongata. Now inferior salivary nucleus one. Next one, glossopharyngeal nerve. This is the glossopharyngeal nerve. Now next one, can you see one nerve over here? This is known as the tympanic nerve of Jacobson. Now the tympanic nerve of Jacobson, this will form the plexus in the middle ear, that is known as tympanic plexus. Now from the tympanic plexus, we have the lesser petrosal nerve. Now this will end in the otic ganglia. This is the preganglionic one. Now from this one, we have the postganglionic parasympathetic outflow. Now the postganglionic parasympathetic outflow is mainly from the auriculotemporal nerve. Auriculotemporal nerve to the parotid gland. Now this will cause the watery secretion. This will cause the watery secretion of the parotid gland. That is the parasympathetic. I'll repeat once again. The parasympathetic secretomotor pathway of the parotid. As a parotid gland पढाइ भयो हैन? के छैन? के चाहिँ फेस भएको हो? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
आज फेस है, त्यसो भए parotid gland मा पनि पढाउनुहुन्छ है, फेरि म फेरि भनिदिन्छु. Parasympathetic secretomotor fiber to the parotid gland arise from the inferior salivary nucleus, glossopharyngeal nerve, then tympanic nerve of Jacobson, then we have the tympanic plexus, lesser petrosal nerve, otic ganglia, preganglionic. Oh, a postganglionic auriculotemporal nerve, it will reach the parotid gland. What is secretion? That is the parasympathetic. Right? Now see the sympathetic secretomotor fiber. I'm just talking about another one is the sympathetic secretomotor fiber to the parotid gland. Now sympathetic चाहिँ कहाँबाट आउँछ? Lateral horn of T1 to T3. Lateral horn of T1 to T3. But it will pass through the ventral root. It will finally synapse in the superior cervical ganglia. You take a superior cervical ganglia, sympathetic ganglia. Now it will end over here. Now from there, the postganglionic sympathetic fiber will form a plexus around the vessels. So जहिले पनि याद गर्नु sympathetic postganglionic fiber will always run around the blood vessels, forming a plexus. So this will form a plexus around the external carotid artery, then around the maxillary artery, and supply the parotid gland. है भनेपछि अब यसमा you can also ask another question. So it how it has got connection with the vertic ganglia त्यो म भनिदिन्छु. T1 to T5, T1 to T3, lateral horn of T1 to T3. Then we have the spinal nerve, corresponding spinal nerve, end in the superior cervical ganglia. From the superior cervical ganglia, the postganglionic sympathetic fiber will pass through the otic ganglia without interruption. Without interruption, it will pass through the otic ganglia. Then it will continue, or it will pass along the plexus around the external carotid artery, maxillary artery, and supply the parotid gland. This is how it is supplied. So this is the same one you can see also over here. And it in the facial glossopharyngeal nerves. Oh, you the parasympathetic भयो. Tympanic nerve, tympanic plexus, lesser petrosal nerve, otic ganglia, त्यहाँबाट postganglionic parasympathetic fiber through auriculotemporal nerve, parotid gland. This is the parasympathetic route. Okay. Sympathetic the same. Lateral horn of T1, T3, preganglionic fiber, superior cervical ganglia, postganglionic fiber, external and maxillary artery, parotid gland. This one is the post. Okay. Now next one is another fiber is also there, which will pass through this otic ganglia without interruption. That is known as fiber from the nerve to middle pterygoid. Okay? So fiber from the nerve to middle pterygoid, which will pass through the otic ganglia without any interruption and supply the tensor belli palatini and tensor tympani muscle. Next one is, we also can see this is the otic ganglia, and it has got the connection with the coda tympani, and it is. Can you see this one? It is also connected to the coda tympani nerve and nerve to the pterygoid canal. This is nerve to pterygoid canal. Can you see the connection? So those are the connection of the otic ganglia. Okay. So this is all about the otic ganglia. Now the branches, you know the branches, the postganglionic parasympathetic fiber, auriculotemporal nerve will be the branches. Next one is the postganglionic sympathetic fiber, which will bypass the ganglia, nerve plexus around the blood vessel. That will be the another branches, and nerve to middle pterygoid, which will bypass the ganglia without any interruption. That will be the branches of otic ganglia. Now the maxillary artery, I'll teach you the maxillary artery in the next class. Right? Maxillary artery and the pterygopalatine fossa. So the most important thing which you have to know over here is the muscle of mastication. Next one is the otic ganglia. Right? Just see this diagram. के छ सोध्नु पर्ने यसमा? Do you have any confusion?